What's going on, Longhorn Nation? Ooh, what a football game that was. I am tired and I am stressed out over that one. Number 14, Texas loses to number 5, Oklahoma, 39-27, and the Big 12 championship for Oklahoma's fourth in a row. First of all, um, congratulations to Oklahoma for winning the Big 12 championship 4 years in a row. Um, Obviously, these two teams are evenly matched. I mean, I think if they played 10 times, it would be a 5-5 win loss or 6-4, maybe Oklahoma, either way. Manny Acho just said it perfect. I think Oklahoma's great and Texas is a good football team. So, man, what a football game that was. So many back and forth plays that happened. And like I said, I knew before the game I hated that we have Big 12 refs like we do. And I'm not blaming refs. I'm not talking about any calls. I'm talking about just the game flow of itself. I mean, it was a 4 hour game. A lot of stoppages, a lot of missed calls for both teams. Some calls that went opposite ways that for either team. It just Big 12 refs suck for both teams, for all teams in the Big 12. I just hate watching it because of those guys, man. I don't know what it is. It's just anyway, we won't stay on them so long. But you know what? Before I even get going, hook 'em. Standing ovation for my Texas Longhorns. Sam Ehlinger, the future of Texas, played his butt off. Threw a pick there at the end of the game, but trying to make something happen. It should have never come to that. Little Jordan Humphrey runs the kickoff back with a little over a minute left. That's huge. Not saying Texas would have won, but it would have gave them a chance. Put them back within 5, and then tried an onside kick or something like that. But, Big 12 refs are going to do what they do, and every little touch foul or whatever is a penalty to them. So, of course, it got called back, and from then on, it was over at that point. Oklahoma called that when it was 3rd and 10 to that last touchdown to pull ahead and to get up by 12 or whatever it was. To get up by 12. That lob over to the tight end, Foster was in great coverage. The tight end just held him off, not a pass interference, held him off like he should, made a one-handed catch. And that kind of summed up the game. Texas was close the whole game, just couldn't get over the hump, just like that play. I mean, Texas had 13 penalties for 118 yards. You're not going to beat great football teams. You're not going to beat good football teams with 13 penalties with 118 yards against you. Just not going to do it. Sloppy game in the penalty realm. I mean, we had a couple false starts that cost us. Boyd, several penalties that cost us. One on the opening drive for Oklahoma. Texas is up 7-0, and Kyler Murray throws an interception in the end zone. Caden Stearns intercepts the football, and on the other side of the dang field, Boyd wants to tackle Marquise Brown by his face mask, and horrible penalty. Absolutely a penalty. Stuff like that, man. That Texas, man, kudos to the defense. They came out and played well early and held Oklahoma to 6 points for a while, and then of course Oklahoma got hot there towards the end of the first half and took it into halftime, winning. They were in the lead at half, and you kind of. I text some friends of mine like, man, that halftime came at a perfect time for Texas because Oklahoma took all the momentum. I know Coach Herman don't like that word, but I don't agree with you, Coach Herman. Momentum is real, and Oklahoma took all the momentum, and they were as hype as they could get heading into the locker room at half. Texas came out, let Oklahoma drive right down the field and score, and a buddy of mine texted, I got ball game. And I knew it wasn't. First thing I said was, nope, it's not ball game. This Texas team does not quit, man. Like I said, I did my standing ovation for them already. Unbelievable. I love this football team. Unbelievable. Now, I'm kind of torn. I'd kind of like to see Georgia beat Alabama. But at the same time, I'd like to see, only reason I want Oklahoma to get into the playoffs is so Texas can get into the Sugar Bowl. And if Oklahoma gets into the playoffs, I want Bama or whoever's in first place, which will probably be Bama, to beat the brakes off of them. Because I don't root for Oklahoma in anything. I don't root for Big 12 in anything. I'm a Texas fan, and I root for Texas. That's why I want Oklahoma to get in, because I'm rooting for Texas to get the Sugar Bowl. If Oklahoma doesn't get in, they'll get the Sugar Bowl against the second place SEC team, which will probably be Georgia, unless they beat Alabama, and then it possibly could be the third place SEC team getting into the Sugar Bowl if Georgia beats Alabama and both them get into the playoffs. And Texas would fall to the Alamo Bowl, which is horrible because I don't want to play a Pac-12 opponent, which would be Washington, because they won the Pac-12, and not one part of me wants to watch Texas play Washington in a bowl game this year. After the good year we had, the ups and downs that Texas had, I want to see them play a perennial powerhouse like Georgia, and go from there. I see some guys on their horns up, guys. And you're right, sir, that safety killed us. I would like to see. I'm not sure if there was supposed to be a slide with the offensive line to pick up that blitz, or Sam just missed it, and I'm going for the latter. I think Sam just missed that blitz and didn't see it coming. That safety killed us. The turnover, I was just texting some friends. We texted the whole game, obviously, and so we need a turnover. We need a turnover now. And the guy, was it C.D. Lamb, was running down the sideline, and I just put my hands in my face, or face in my hands, and thought he was going to score, and Gary Johnson come in from behind and hit him and stripped the ball. Great play, great defensive play. That's why you never give up. That was a catalyst of how this team is. They don't give up. Texas does not give up. I mean, they go down 12, they kick off, Lil Jordan runs it back. I mean, that is what we are now. And I think it was Colin Coward, or whatever his name is, on Twitter, was talking about once this Texas team gets another good recruiting class like they did last year in here, the sky's the limit for this football team. So you Texas fans that are listening to me right now, thank you for tuning in. But you know, as I know, this Texas team is on its way up, and I couldn't be happier, man. Oklahoma's losing their quarterback. West Virginia's losing their quarterback. Oklahoma State's got their young quarterback. But we got Sam Ehlinger coming back next year as a junior, a full year, full starter under his belt. Oh, man, I think the sky's the limit. Running backs coming back. Yeah, we're losing Trey Watson, but we got some beasts coming in. And then, of course, Keontae Ingram will be our full-time back next year. And Young will be back as well. Hoping our receivers stay, but we'll save that for a later date. Today we're just going to talk about the football game. One thing, some friends of mine, one's a big Georgia fan, one's a big Ohio State fan, one's a big Bama fan, text me opposite of the Facebook messages I was getting, and said Texas is absolutely the most physical team today. And I said it before the game to some big OU fans that I'm in Facebook messages with. Texas is going to be more physical. Texas is bigger and stronger. Unfortunately, they just, too many penalties and didn't have things go their way. I mean, OU had a field goal go off the left upright and go through for 3 points. Stuff like that, everything fell OU's way. It seems like it always does. But, I'm taking anything away from Oklahoma. They're a good football team, obviously. But, man, what a game. I went through 8 bottles of water because I didn't want to drink alcohol, because I knew if I did, I wouldn't be able to do any kind of video for the next couple of days. So, Longhorns, it's been fun this year, but I'm not done yet. I'm going to come back. We'll talk about the bowl game. Tomorrow's the playoff thing. As soon as the playoff committee's over tomorrow, I think it starts at noon, and it's supposed to be 3 or 4 hours long. As soon as it's complete, I will get on here. We might do some live stuff during it. But I don't know. Send me some feedback what you guys want. You guys want to see Oklahoma get in? And that way Texas can get the Sugar Bowl? You hate Oklahoma like me and want them to get left out? I don't know. I personally want Oklahoma to get in for Texas. I could give a damn about Oklahoma, because I think Alabama would beat the brakes off of Oklahoma. I don't think they'd blow them out, but they'd beat Oklahoma, because we all know Oklahoma's offense is elite. Before I get off here, once again, kudos to Sam, man. I really like the dude, man. We got us a quarterback, and he went toe to toe with Kyler today. I don't care what anybody says. Look at the numbers. The dude's tough. He's hardcore, man, and he wanted to win this football game more than anybody. Mark it down. Sam Ehlinger will win Texas a Big 12 championship before he leaves Texas and maybe get us into the playoffs. But one thing's for sure, he will win a Big 12 championship and probably win it next year. All right, guys, about 10 minutes. I appreciate you tuning in. I want to do a quick live reaction and how the game went. Send your comments. Again, Oklahoma, congratulations to your win. Obviously, an outstanding football team, and good luck in what you do in the future. Texas, couldn't be more proud of this football team, and whoever will get in the bowl, the eyes of Texas are upon you. Hook 'em.